Hey everyone, it's Dr. West and Courtney with another amazing clinical outcome at the West Clinic. I'm excited for someone out there to hear Courtney's story. And the reason why I asked Courtney to do this is I said, it's therapeutic for you to tell your story, but someone out there has something that you have, and this is going to give them a little bit of hope and direction. It's amazing. So Courtney, the first thing is, before you came here, how did you feel?
I felt defeated and hurting a lot.
And there was a lot of feelings like, I'm never going to get better.
Feelings of nowhere to turn, feelings of, am I going to be able to keep up with my two young children? Feelings of, this may not change.
And the main symptoms, like there was fatigue, there was, apathy, but there was stomach stuff. Like what were the main symptoms when you came in?
My stomach would turn from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed, and I could not make it stop. Even with diet alone, I couldn't not eat and make it stop, eat better and make it stop. My stomach just continued to turn over, and it kept me in the bathroom instead of where I needed to be with my family.
And we started treatments in June, and I'm gonna have you tell people what we did, but the exciting part is we had how you're feeling in June, and how do you feel now?
After just shy of 3 months, we feel amazing. My family can see it, my husband can see it. I can move around with my kids and play on the floor, which were things I couldn't even think to try and do before. And now that we are feeling this way, even other people around me can see it in my color and my attitude, and it's just making my whole life better.
Yeah, it was really fun when I was asking in the interview. I said, how do you feel? And you said, people are telling me, hey, you don't look gray.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a funny thing. Like today when I walked in, I'm like, wow, you got a great color, great energy about you. And she's like, yes, other people are telling me that too.
Yes.
So the treatments that you received at the office, there was some that you like, and then some that you really, really like. But walk in people, because our approach is a whole body approach. So tell everyone what approaches we did.
We did the vitamin IV treatments. We did insufflation, acupuncture, neural therapy, and I feel like just the atmosphere alone kind of helps pick everyone up in a different emotional side of it.
And then there was a ton of stuff that you did at home too. Like we gave you homework assignments, and you got an A+ on those. So what were they?
I took my vitamins that were prescribed to me. I watched what I ate, going through some of the food sensitivity tests. I was able to cut out those things that were something I didn't know were causing other problems. So doing that homework with what I was putting in my body and how I was fueling my body made a lot of difference.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like she really did follow, emotions. She followed recommendations. She wanted to get better. She was really faithful in taking the medical nutritional therapy, and then you can see what happens, and it's just fantastic. Like I just love being a part of these stories, because it's just so fun for people to see, like, hey, I thought I was going to live my life down here, and now she's like, hey, I can do this. I can be a mom. I can be, my sole purpose. I can be, a better spouse. It's just fantastic. So Courtney, I asked this question's a little bit unusual, but the question is this. A lot of times when people are faced with an illness or a chronic problem, they learn an important lesson, or they learn something about themselves that becomes valuable to them. So if someone's watching this across the street or across the country, and they're faced with a healthcare concern, what would your recommendations or suggestions be because of the journey that you've been on?
My biggest thing was I realized to not be angry at myself for letting it get to the point that it did. Not to be angry that I couldn't keep up with my kids, and that my health did come first, and that was the best way that I could take care of my family.
Yeah, so I tell this to people all the time. It's kind of like, I call it the virtue of selfishness. Like we're told in society, you know, you give to your spouse, you give to your kids, you give to your community, in your church, in your school, and then if anything's left, we give it back to us. And we have to do a little bit of engineering to make it different. Like you got to put yourself first so that you can be the mom you want to be, and you can be, you know, who you want to be, the best version. And so all she did is she did a little bit of engineering, and all of a sudden, like out the other end, we have someone. You got to tell them percentage wise how much better you feel.
I feel 100% like a different person.
Yeah, it's just awesome. So Courtney, it's okay to share the story of hope for other people. And anyway, just tell you thanks. You made me feel good. I know you're going to make someone else feel good. So just putting everybody back in balance. You know, vitamin fusions during the nerve reboot therapy, the acupuncture meridian systems, all of that. This is what happens when you put everybody back in balance and harmony. So Dr. West and Courtney signing out at the West Clinic, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Thank you.